everybody. Today is Saturday, June 22nd, and we've got a Doordash order from Smart and Final. We're going to get $10 for 4.5 miles, and we're shopping for 6 items. Let's go start our shopping. Well, so I finally got my first AdSense payment for doing YouTube. So it was a little over $300, so I was very happy. I was like, wow, that's a lot of money. So it's pretty cool. And then I don't know if it's going to be as high on the next payment, because I think everything now is kind of leveling off now. I'm sort of finding that there's just like a small group for now that like the kind of videos I make, which is fine. It's no big deal. And so I'm just continuing just to do what I do every day and just see what happens next. So yeah, so that's all good. And then in regards to stuff going on at home, I woke up this morning to take a shower, and there was a spider in the shower, and I was like, okay, that's it. We're having some kind of bug infestation situation. So when I went to Walmart this morning to do grocery shopping, I went ahead and I got some type of perimeter bug spray. That's what it said. It says that's good for, basically creating these sort of poisonous areas, both inside and outside, which I had a spray for the outside, but I didn't have anything for the inside. And, I have 2 little Yorkies. So I was really worried about spraying any kind of poison inside the house. But then I realized that it's okay for me to spray it in the bathroom, because the dogs never go in the bathroom. They're absolutely terrified to go in the bathroom. They have like some kind of phobia about being in the bathroom, as if, it's dangerous. Like they're going to get trapped in there, and they know that water goes on in there. So it makes them very nervous. So I don't have to worry about them sniffing around in the bathroom. So that's good news. So my plan is to just sort of spray just areas in the corners in the bathroom, because that's so far where I've seen them twice. And then of course I saw it one time in the kitchen, but there's no way I'm going to spray the kitchen with poison. That's not happening. So that was like the big thing that was going on this morning, because I was just so tired of it. It's like, what is going on? Am I going to have to call exterminator and tent the whole house? So I don't know. It's just crazy. Just absolute craziness. Well, we're getting close to the Smart and Final, so I'm gonna go ahead and load up the shopping list here. Let's see. Arrived at store. Start shopping. Let me activate the screen recorder. Start recording. Skip the countdown. All right. So it looks like we're gonna get some kind of nature's own bread. I don't want to crash while I'm telling you all about it. We're gonna get some kind of bacon bits, it looks like. We're also going to be getting refried beans, and we just saw the customer said thank you. We're gonna get some, I think, is that milk? No, potato crisp, it says. I think that, no wait, milk, and then turkey bacon. That looks like it. So not too many items, so it should be real quick. All right, let's go in. Alright, that's all done. I don't think we had any problems finding anything except for the bacon, which they accepted the substitute right away, so that was good. And now we're off, 7 minutes away, 2.7 miles. It's a house and it's a leave at the door. Let's go. Everybody inside of the Smart and Final was very upset. They have done remodeling to the store, and nothing is where it used to be. Everything is different. And so even for myself, the app that used to tell me exactly what aisle to go to no longer does that. It says numbers that don't match up to what aisle things are in anymore. So I had to just go based on instinct, and I had to slowly go up and down every single aisle to start rememorizing where everything is. So like cataloging it into my brain as I'm going. So luckily, just about everything I needed, they were all pretty much close together on one side of the store. So it didn't create too much of a time suck to accomplish. So that got taken care of. But there was one man in there, and you could tell he was so angry. He was just huffing and puffing and had the most maddest look on his face, because obviously he was in there thinking he could just run in and out to get what he needed, and that was not going to happen today. He was so mad. So he was totally stuck. And then they had the cashier wasn't happy either, because people kept interrupting her, asking her where things were. So she was tired of it too, because she probably is frustrated having to deal with managing that situation. So she wasn't happy. And then to top it all off, they redid something on the checkout process that never was there before. It's something where it asks for donations. So now she has to remember to tell the customers every single time. She told me, she's like she said it's asking you a question on the screen, because she gets tired of people asking, do you want to make a donation? Because they're just going to say no, and then she's going to have to tell them, I'll press no. So when you're working, you just want to minimize how many things you have to keep repeating over and over all day long. So she told me, the screen is asking you a question. So I looked and I saw, okay, and I pressed no thanks. And I'm not used to that, because Smart and Final never did that before. They never had a thing for donations and asking questions about how much money you want to donate. So a lot of changes going on at the Smart and Final. All right, so I was watching more YouTube videos, DoorDash videos, and just all the DoorDash videos yesterday were all about that guy Pedro and his whole thing about the DoorDash being deactivated situation, and everybody's all, in a huff and having their commentaries. And I don't have anything real much commentary to make. I was just concerned. I'm like, I wonder if I'm gonna get any kind of trouble and get deactivated for any of my videos that I make. So it just makes you more paranoid about making your videos and what you say and what you don't say, which maybe that's just the whole point of what had occurred. Maybe they just meant to get one person deactivated, and then hopes that other people, of course the word would spread and people would be like, oh, maybe I should watch what I say on my videos. So I'm sure or maybe a lot of people now are thinking, they're not going to show their deliveries at all. They're going to do, like, I noticed, like, a lot of the DoorDash people on YouTube, they don't show any deliveries. They just do commentary. They're just sitting in their house or whatever, or in their studio in their house, and they're just doing commentary. They're not actually out on the road, which is disappointing to think that maybe that's the route most people are going to take, because then that removes any risk that you would have in regards to live things happening live on the road, and they get upset about that or whatever if you say the wrong thing about a customer or whatnot. So who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I should be particularly concerned. Of course I would be sad. I'd be very upset that I wasn't able to do what I'm enjoying doing. But there's many different gig apps, and you just keep on going, I guess, and just do the best you can. I guess you can't live your life paranoid about anything, but you also have to be more, reminds me to be like more aware of boundaries of what I should say and shouldn't say, so that way I can avoid any pitfalls. Because it's like with anything, like when YouTube was saying you couldn't cuss, and so everybody had to rethink how they were going to phrase things on their videos. And then then later on they've changed it now, where now you can actually do curse words, but not excessively. So it's always changing. That's just the way the world is. The world is always changing, and You just got to adapt and always think and just do the best you can. And if you fall into a pit, there's nothing you can do. You fall into the pit, and you just gotta just keep going. It's like, oh, they got me, and that's the end of that. That's the end of that chapter. And that just reminds me of my situation with Amazon. You know, when I got fired from doing gig work for Amazon, you know, I made one little mistake and it cost me the job. And that's just it. It was a pitfall. You know, I didn't do anything malicious. It was just one little mistake, one tiny little envelope that got lost in my car, and I didn't find it till days later. And that was it. That was the end of my journey on Amazon. All right, we're in the neighborhood. We're here in the neighborhood. It's going to be coming up on the right here shortly when we go around the bend. And didn't I say it's just a leave at the door? Yeah, it's just a leave at the door. So it's nothing major. It's a nice neighborhood. It's not too shabby. I would say this is nice. It's not, we've seen so much more scarier neighborhoods than this. Okay, let's not miss it. I'm looking. That's not it. We're getting closer. It looks like it's this house on the right. Okay, we're here. Let's do it. I finally figured out how to use my camera on my phone. It only took me, 3 months to figure it out. UberEats, $6.15, 8.3 miles, no. Yeah, just three. UberEats, $4.12 for 5.1 miles, no. Doordash coming in, Albertsons, $4 for 2.6 miles of shop, no thanks. Yeah, it was a certain setting where you could just go to the auto. It's not even auto, it just says video. So if you just, it's a Samsung phone that I use to do the recording. UberEats, $7.43, 19 miles, no. Yeah, it's just my Samsung phone that I use to record the video. And then I had been using the Pro Video settings, which means you can control all these fancy settings to get it like perfectly right, which is not what I should have been doing, but it was the only thing that said ultra wide lens. So I had been constantly using the Pro Video setting on my phone when UberEats, $6.89, 5.5 miles, no. So, but all along, all I had to do was just the regular video setting that everybody uses. It's just a standard video. And then there's these little UberEats, $9.14 for 4 miles. I'm gonna go ahead and accept it. Let's go get it. So all I had to do was use the regular settings on the phone, and then there's a thing that says like 1 or times 2 or 0.6. And I'm like, what do these numbers mean? And I guess the 0.6 is the one that makes the wide angle lens, because the moment I hit it, it zoomed out and it took in much more information and you could see more on the screen, which is what I wanted, and that's just like the wide angle lens. So that resolved that problem. So it was a really simple solution, like it always is, but I didn't know. It's like, if you don't know, what can you do? You're just lost. It's like when you're a new person and you first get a cell phone, you're just totally clueless. So anyways, I finally learned that, so now I don't have to worry about my videos looking all washed out or too dark when I go in and out of buildings. So that's good news. We're here in the Starbucks shopping center. Oh, it's going to be coming up on the right, I believe. Yep, it's going to be coming up on the right. And I haven't been to this Starbucks in a while. But at least this one's very organized. When you go in, the bags are usually just sitting right there and they help you right away. So it's much better than that other one I always go to. All right, let's go in. long time. Well, there was a lot going on in there, so it took quite a while to get it. Oh, I don't know. Somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes it took to get. And, it's just a 2-bag order, so it wasn't humongous. But there was just so many people, I guess, both drive-through and people walking into the store. So it was really building up. And so like the half of the order was ready to go, and then the rest of it was not. And the baristas that were making the drinks, they were overwhelmed. So they were not keeping up with the orders. The orders were stacking up, and so the drinks were not getting handled quickly. So that's what was taking so long. But anyway, we're on our way to a house. Oh no, we're on our way to an apartment, and it's gonna be, I don't know how many miles, because now the internet has turned off, so it's not telling me. Oh wait, it came back on. 9 minutes, 3.6 miles. Let's go. You guys probably noticed I updated the verbiage where the money is on the screen. It used to say active worked hours, and now I believe it says, or it's just say total active hours, but now it says total worked hours. And someone in the comments had suggested I do that because they thought it was confusing that I was keeping track of all these different types of hours. So I was keeping track of active hours, online hours, and worked hours. And it was, after they left the comment, I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, they're right. That is confusing, because the average person would be like, what are all these different types of hours? What does it mean? So now I just have the one on the main screen all the time that is just worked hours, and everybody understands what worked hours means. It just means those are the hours that I'm spending working, so that's easy to understand. And then the only other one will be at the end of the video where it says online hours, and online just means how long I've been, how long the app has been functioning, where I've actually been online with the app waiting for orders. And that usually is about, oh gosh, sometimes it's 50% or more of the time that I spend online is just waiting for offers to come in. So that's usually like when I end up working a normal, like a 4 to 5 hour day, it'll only show that I actually worked like 2 to 3 hours out of that whole day, because that's just how many bad offers come in or no offers come in. So I've just got to, just hang out at home until something comes in. So, and I don't count those hours, because at least I'm at home and I'm like doing stuff around the house, or I'm watching TVs, I'm relaxing. So it doesn't feel like I'm actually working. It just sort of just feels like I'm in between assignments, relaxing at home. So anyway, so that's the new update. Today was my Walmart shopping day, so that's why I started late today. I started at about 8 o'clock today instead of my normal 6 a.m. And so at Walmart today, I noticed that the self-checkout is now, anybody can use the self-checkout again. They're no longer telling people that they only can have so many items to use the self-checkout. So I guess whatever policy they were trying to do, they're not doing it again. Now they're just basically saying anybody can use the self-checkout. We don't care how many items you have, just go ahead and use it. And so I'm now just using an actual person at the regular checkout, and nobody's over there, which is awesome. Every time I go over to check out, I have no waiting. I'm usually the only person over there having my groceries rung up. So it's really awesome that they're doing that, because it's now channeling all the customers to the self-checkout, which is what they prefer. But I really enjoy the old-fashioned way of doing it, because there's no getting stuck, especially with all the produce that I buy. Every time I use the self-checkout, the scale always malfunctions, and I have to contact have to wave over somebody to help me to, bypass the problem, and it really slows me up. So I just love it. I love just having a person dealing with all that mess of checking out, and I don't have to deal with it. that drop-off went fine. The instructions were really good. It turned out that the apartment door was not actually in the complex. It was right off of the street. So that helped a lot, because the navigation wanted me to turn into the complex, and you didn't have to. You just had to park on the street, and it was right there. So that worked out really good. And then we got a couple of borderline offers that looked good, but they were taking us into areas we didn't want to go. Or I didn't want to go. So anyway, so we got nothing right now, and we're on our way back to the home base. Someone in the comments asked me, why is my short video so long? UberEats $8 for 9.6 miles, no. And they were actually watching the long version of a video I made. Let's see, this is UberEats $21.58 for 11.4 miles, but it's going to the strip, no. So I had told them that they were watching the long version of the video, and to go to the description in the video, and there's a link there to watch the shorter version of the video, and I call my short versions rapid fire versions. So hopefully they figured all that out. But I could see how there's some confusion that could happen, because you hear, I guess in the community page that I have, I said that I'm making shorter versions of my videos. And so maybe when that person saw that video, they saw how long it was, and they're like, wait a minute, this can't be a short video. I thought you were making shorter videos. So it's very hard to not confuse people. You try to be as simple as possible when you do it, because when you first see the thumbnail, it shows you how long it is before you click on it, and there's nothing on the thumbnail. UberEats $12.58, 14 miles, no. There's nothing in the thumbnail that says it's a short video, so I don't know why that person thought otherwise. Maybe they thought all the videos going forward were going to be short. Maybe that's what it was. And then even on the short videos, it shows a shorter amount of time, usually probably around 10 minutes, usually less than that. And then it says rapid fire. There's like in big words, it says rapid fire version. So I'm not exactly sure what the confusion was, but everybody's different. And then someone else in the comments had said that they're probably going to do a similar thing with their videos, because I guess maybe their videos are long. UberEats $14.58, 11.5 miles, no. And so if it works for your videos, go ahead and do it. I mean, it definitely works for mine, because some people just want to see the deliveries and not so much of the chatty that goes on in the car. So if I do those rapid fire videos that are just showing pickup, drop off, and then occasionally a little bit of funny, a little bit of commentary, but 90% of that short video is the pickups and the drop offs, I think that is a valid, I think it's a valid reason to make that type of video, that version of, I'm not purposely trying to mass produce tons of content. I'm just trying to satisfy two different audiences. Some people that want to have the videos on in the background where they're working, listening to me talk about things, and enjoy it in that way. And also some people just enjoy a long video. UberEats $11.41 for 3.5 miles, 2 deliveries. I'm going to accept that one. All right, everybody, we're on our way to Roberto's. Let's go get it. Okay, we're going to first go to Roberto's, and then, it's all Roberto's. We have 2 pickups at Roberto's to get, and then we're going to drop them off, of course, at 2 separate customers. Let's go. Okay, it is 9:46 a.m., and we have officially hit 100 degrees at 9:46 a.m. It's the first time we've hit it this early in the morning.
Right on Coffee Bean Place.
Officially hot enough now where I have to wear my special arm sleeve. I don't think you can see it on the camera. Let me see if I can show it to you. Can you see it? See? I have to wear it because the sun is so strong. You can actually feels like my arm is starting to burn.
Turn right.
It feels like it's actually on fire when the sun is coming through the window. So I've got to do it. So I always keep it in the glove compartment, and then once the summer comes, I've got to throw it on, and I look like I'm out of some kind of Marvel superhero movie, some kind of cyborg. Thank you. Well, we got the stuff. I'm just trying to make sure I don't mix it up. One of the problems with Roberto's is they don't label the bags. They just verbally tell you which order is which. So I have to position them in the car and then remember, okay, well this is customer 1 and this is customer 2. So the first customer is going to be the customers whose order is on the floor and partially in the box. And that's and I know it's his order because he ordered menudo. So that is right here in a tub right here mixed in with the other customers, and that's only in there because I don't want it to tip over. So we're going to be going to an apartment. It's 3 minutes from here, 0.4 miles. Let's go. We're headed on in. Supposed to be the 3rd building on the left, and it's going to face the main boulevard, so that's good news.
Turn left.
I don't know if they said a building number. They just said, oh yeah, they gave me a building number. Okay, good. And I like that they said that it faces the street, so I'm not going to have to dance all the way around the building. I'm just going to have to head to the other side of the building that we're going to be parking on. Let's see, it's not this one.
Turn left.
I think it's this one. So there's no parking for this side of it, so I'm going to go all the way down to the end and hope their apartment is on this corner of the building. Let's see what happens, everybody. Let's do it. That's all delivered, and unfortunately the menudo did tip over, even though I tried to secure it with the bags. It's not perfect, so it's when I had to make a sharp turn off the boulevard, and it tipped over, and of course some of it spilled out. It wasn't a total mess or anything where all of it spilled out. It was probably about, I would say about 2 tablespoons probably spilled out. But you know, that menudo, it has a really bright red sauce, so it really stood out through the bag. You can really see it. So that wasn't so great. But you know, just do the best we can. At least it got delivered, and we're moving on. Next one, 4 minutes from here, 1.2 miles. It's a house, it's a meet at the door. Let's go. All right, we're here in the neighborhood.
On Upper Meadows Place. Then drop off on the left.
And it's going to be on the left. It's coming up pretty quick. Let's see. I think it's this house right here with the cars. I just have to turn around. UberEats, $7.09 for 9 miles. That's not going to work. Yes, I know we have to meet at the door. Thanks for reminding me. All right, we're here. Let's do it. Hello. Here you go. Good. Thank you. Have a good day. All right. Well, now we got nothing. And we are on our way back to the home base as usual. And we, of course, are waiting for the next one. I don't know if we're going to get the full... Oh, you'll already know. I was going to tell you, like, I wonder if we're going to get the full amount or not for that one with the menu, though. But you already know. You can see in the total if we got the full amount or not. So you already see it now that everything's been delivered, the amount from what we thought we were gonna get to what we actually got. So I'm not wondering about that. There's a lot of confusion that happens because I don't know, but you already know when you're watching the video. Weird thing about Vegas heat from any other state, I mean other than Arizona, because we don't have any humidity here, is that you don't sweat when you're here. So you're confused. You're like, I'm not sweating, so maybe it's just my imagination that it's hot. So that dry heat plays tricks with your mind, because normally in a place where it's hot you start sweating, but because it's so dry here, the sweat instantly dries up the moment it reaches the surface. What happens is that the sun feels like a laser, is what it feels like. So even though you're not hot, anytime the sun hits your skin, it feels like a hot laser beam is frying the surface of your skin. So that's how I would describe Vegas heat compared to the heat of other places. And then of course, once you step outside the car, it feels like that hot, dry air from an oven. It just rolls and rolls on you. And if it's windy, oh, it's terrible. You just feel like you're just being, you're like beef jerky laid out in the sun to dry. A lot of people, when they come here, they don't understand about the dryness, and they wake up with bloody noses and dry, itchy skin and burning eyes. And you have to, if you're not from here, you have to put a humidifier in your house and run it pretty much 24/7 whenever you're home. So that way the humidity inside your house stays at a normal level, because the air conditioner is only going to cool your house down. It's not going to manage the dryness that's in the air. So you've got to buy like I have this contraption in the house that I fill up with like 4 gallons of water, and I have 2 of them, so that's about 8 gallons of water, that every 24 hours it puts all that water into the air in the house. So that way it stays at about 35% humidity in the house. And without that, the humidity can drop all the way down to as low as 9%. I've seen it as low as 6% in the house. And when it gets that low, all these weird, freaky things start to happen. All this like static electricity starts to happen in the house. All of the furniture in the house, if it's made out of wood, it starts to look real dry and it starts to feel brittle. It's really bizarre. All right, well, that's gonna do it for today. Take a look at the numbers above. You can see how much money we made today. We didn't make very much money today because it was a short day, and then the work dried up towards the end. So not very much money today, but take a look. You could also see the miles that we drove, the miles per gallon that we got. You can see the online hours that we spent online waiting for offers. Below you can see total lifetime deliveries. You can see our acceptance rate, cancellation rate, customer ratings from both Doordash and UberEats. And yeah, that's gonna do it for today. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again on the next one. Okay, take care. Bye for now.